All right, so I want to get to some breaking news right now in this Russia matter that started 10 years ago in Washington, D.C. At the moment, newly declassified documents have been made public. These are from the Durham report. How much additional light will be learned about the origins of the Trump-Russia investigation is something we are trying to find out. Republican Senator Chuck Grassley is here. He chairs the Senate Judiciary Committee. And Senator, thank you for your time today. Want to know what you learned? I just want our audience to know that apparently, based on my reading of it, these documents were stored in an annex. I don't know where that is or who oversees it. And they were being kept in burn bags, which I assume is material that's set to be incinerated. What's the truth? What's happening? What did you see in the documents?
Well, you see, you're bringing attention to the burn bag to me for the first time, and I'll leave that up to the FBI to describe, but I think it's evidence of the great depth that the deep state will go to cover up weaponization that was going on in the FBI and the executive branch of government generally under the Obama administration. And I want to thank Kash Patel of the FBI and Pan Bondi, our Attorney General, for releasing these documents, because after 8 years, and it took us 3 years to get this information, but after 8 years, I think we need maximum transparency on all the schemes that were going on 10 years ago to either stop Trump from being elected or after he was elected to ruin his presidency. And that's what this Durham report is all about. And it gives information that Comey FBI had 10 years ago that they never followed up on. And it actually brings attention to the fact that there was either a Clinton conspiracy to make this happen, or a Russian disinformation. But either way, it was an attempt to stop Trump, and it also proves that the FBI had a hand in it. And now, after these 8 years, 3 years of my trying to get the document, we know that there was the Steele dossier paid for by the Democrats and the Clinton campaign, that it was all effort of total distraction and to make it look like Russia was playing a very major role in helping Trump to be elected. And now we know none of that was true. And now with this Durham report annex out, it finally proves that the FBI was covering up.
Wow. Okay, here is what we've got from a source with Fox Digital. Let me go ahead and read this statement. It just came in. Ultimately, the release of the classified annex will lend more credibility to the assertion that there was a coordinated plan inside the U.S. government to help the Clinton campaign stir up controversy connecting Trump to Russia. You essentially just said that, Senator. That's what I heard from your answer. Sir, is there a smoking gun in this?
Well, I think the smoking gun kind of dovetails in with things that Tulsi Gabbard has put out in the recent 2 weeks, and things that we had with the Crossfire Hurricane Index that I released a couple weeks ago. Kind of all dovetails into the same thing, but it gets back to the fact that whether you have a Republican or Democrat administration, that there's cover-up, and we shouldn't have it. Transparency, or the public's business ought to be public, and what the FBI does ought to be public as long as their investigations are done. Or if they aren't investigating, if they aren't doing their job, then it should be exposed, and this Durham annex exposes that.
Okay, So John Brennan and James Clapper tried to get ahead of this story because they've got an op-ed already today in the New York Times. The headline reads, "Let's set the record straight on Russia in 2016." And underneath it says, "We finally deeply regrettable the administration continues to perpetuate the fictitious narrative that Russia did not interfere in the 2016 election." They say the focus should instead be on the fact that Russia routinely meddles in our national elections. What would you say to those two men today?
I think that they have been in the news so often recently, and along with Comey of trying to information out that they've been in the center of all this conspiracy, that they're trying to cover their hind end. That's all I can say about that.
One last question. There's a headline now at foxnews.com that George Soros has a connection in these documents. Do you know of that? Is that true?
No, I don't, but I can find that out for you, and I'll be glad to get back to you with an answer on that.
Okay. Senator, thank you. We will see very soon what you have found.
Thank you.
Chuck
Goodbye.
Grassley, thank you for your time.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.